Alright, this is a rainy day walk and I'm at the Stolo property. Behind me here is Story Avenue. You enter that off of Vedder Road, down by the 7-Eleven. There's a trail all around the Stolo property here, as you can see. And there's also the roadway that takes you onto the property. There's a shortcut pathway here that takes you to the Stolo store. I'm going to walk down the roadway here. And we're going to meet up further down. As you walk around the Stolo property here, there are what I refer to as storyboards. The storyboards are really interesting to read. I highly recommend you come over and read these. Now this is the one about Sumas Mountain. You can't see it, but directly ahead in all that cloudy weather is Sumas Mountain. And this is the story. And we're looking in that direction. If I go and look on the back side of this storyboard, I'm facing in the direction of Shem and Dog. And here we now tell the story looking in that direction. How cool. Like I said, I highly recommend coming to see this and reading the story. As I walk further down the road, I come to a longhouse. One of these days, I'm going to get an invite, I hope, to come and view the inside of a longhouse. I really don't know what goes on inside, but I hope one day that I get the opportunity to go inside. And I hope that I can take pictures as well to show other people. Now I'm going to veer off the road here because this is a special memorial that just went up recently. This is the memorial pole to the 215 children found in Kamloops in unmarked graves. This is a beautiful carved pole by the Stolo people. The plaques here are interesting. You'll have to come and read them. This was of a building that's just around the corner, and it is going to be torn down. It is my understanding that that building was a residential school. These are the plaques on that building. They removed them and they incorporated it into this memorial. We will not forget these children. As I go further down the road, there's a map here, and it tells you what is here and what some of the buildings are. For an example, the orangey brown colored building to my left is building number 10, and it is the Stolo Resource Center. And there's the building right there. As I pan to the left, here I have the longhouse. Awesome. Awesome. One of these days I'm going to get a tour in here. Now at the Stolo Resource Center, I want to point out these beautiful carvings. Beautiful carvings. Now there's somebody here in a vehicle. I don't want to upset them by thinking I'm recording them, but there's the recordings Now, the building to my left here, it's not open today, or at this time I should say, is the Stolo store. I highly recommend coming and having a look at the store. There are crafts in there made by the Stolo people, and I think you'll find it interesting. Now, if I go over and look at the buildings to my right, the one directly in front of me is where the plaques came off of. That is my understanding. That's this one right here. It's my understanding that that is the old residential school. To my right here, you'll see more storyboards. And I highly encourage everyone to come and have a look and read the stories, to learn about the Stolo people. You won't be disappointed. This is very educational, and there are storyboards on each side. Okay, so let's carry on. Let's go walk back the way we came. All right, I'm further down on the walk, and to my left is the Stolo Resource Center. I don't know what this building is on here. I'd have to go back and look at number 18 on the map and just find out what it is. But the building directly ahead of me is the Early Education Center. The building to the left is, oh, I can't quite read that. I think it says Aboriginal Employment and Training. And then to the left of that is the Stolo Medical Building, where there's a drugstore, doctors, dentists. But we're going to take this pathway to the right here. And this is going to tie up again with the pathway that goes all the way around the Stolo field. You can see there's a couple of people walking the pathway on this rainy day. And it's a fairly large field. Now, there's another storyboard here telling more story of the Stolo people. This one happens to do with Veterans Remembrance Day. Remember, our Stolo neighbors also fought in many of our wars that we Canadians fought in. They stood by our side. We stood by their side. We fought together as one. Beside the pathway of the field here is the memorial. This is the memorial that I took pictures of. And as you can see, there's the big plaque showing all the wars. The Boer War, World War I, World War II, the Korean War, peacetime and United Nations service, United States Armed Forces. Our Stolo people were there. They were there as well as other Canadians. The plaques are taking a beating with the weather. This one here is of the Métis, the Chilliwack Métis Association. This one is the Canadian Aboriginal Veteran. The name tags on these other ones are now gone. They were just paper, but they're family members. a very, very nice tribute to those who gave the ultimate sacrifice from the Stolo people. Why would we not remember them as well? Thank you to one and all for your service. For your sacrifice, I enjoy my freedom today. Thank you.